whole point of this video is to basically encourage you to step out on faith. Do the thing that you just normally wouldn't do. You know, I have nothing to gain but some money and some confidence by doing it. Hi, it's me, Stacie, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you, hello. And if you are returning, I truly appreciate you returning because you did not have to. So this video is going to be about my first vendor experience, my first pop-up shop. I cannot believe that I did it. Let's start there. So I was like, let me kind of document this because I want to see how this is going to go. And let's just say I had a grand time. It was so worth it. But my silly self managed to get this together in like 2-3 days. When I finally went to sleep, y'all, that sleep was glorious. But it was such a good time. And I'm not going to bore you with a lot of intro talking or whatever. So we're going to go ahead, get into the video. And I'll come back, chat with you all for just a second at the end. But I do want to let you all know that there is a part 2 to this video. So once we get to the end, do not go too far away from my channel because there will definitely be a part 2 and you're going to want to watch that. So if you are new here, please subscribe, like, share, all the things that the other YouTubers tell you to do, because I'm kind of falling in love with this whole YouTube thing. At first I felt like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. And now I'm like, okay, let's get it. I got some stuff to talk about. So please, if you're new here, please subscribe, all the things. But let's go ahead and get into this video. I'll be back in a minute. So in full transparency, I don't think I would have even had the thought or the nerve to sign up to be a vendor if I was not on the planning committee for the event. I pulled out my stash of fabric that I had been using to make bonnets for my own personal website. And I was like, hey, it's now or never. I've always wondered how this would go, so let's go. So using my hand drafted pattern, I went ahead, cut out all the pieces, lined them with the satin because that's my thing. And I went to work on the sewing machine. I sewed to the point that I was delirious. As you can see right here on this picture, I was barely making it in the wee hours of the morning. But that next day, I got up and got back to it and got on my second product, which are my terry cloth cuffs, you know, catch water when you're washing your face. Cute little beauty items. So I cut as many of those as I could possibly stand. Again, this was such a great trial run for me on if I could truly be a vendor, because I truly bought all of this material, and due to my schedule, I just had not been able to stitch up everything as I wanted. Plus, sales had been down on my website. So I'm like, let's go. And again, I had to trust the process, but I enjoyed it. I was exhausted, but it was such a good time. I stitched my little fingers away. So at this point, it was late Thursday night, and I was like, okay, somebody got to turn these cuffs inside out. So that's what I did. I flipped them all. I stitched so many, y'all. Like, my goodness. I stitched them all, turned them inside out. Of course, when you're doing something like this that's kind of tedious, find you something good to watch on TV. You know, have something good to drink on hand. Water is great, but sometimes you need a little bit of flavor. So you got to do what you got to do to get the job done. So again, I turned every bit of 50 to 75 of these inside out, and it's cute, you know, for the first 10. And after that, it's a lot. So I did a lot of pink, mainly because I knew for where I was going, that pink would be a hit, and it truly was. I made a few other colors. You'll see those coming up in a few minutes. But I'm just so stoked at how I saw this entire process through. But I was definitely excited and nervous at the same time. Hey, so it is Thursday night, about 9:30-ish, and I'm tired, but I am pushing on. I am so excited about this vendor event because I've been approached to do some a few times, and I would either not have enough stuff sewn up to be able to, you know, put out and, you know, make it worth my while, or I didn't have the time. So I am so proud of how I'm pushing through. It's a mess in here. I will just kind of glance over with my camera just to kind of show you all a few things that I'm working on. But everything that I'm selling is on my website. So I'm shut the website down for a couple days just so I don't have any issues with me trying to sell something that is passively being sold on the website without my knowledge, and I don't have to get back a refund. So I'm excited. I am near the finish line. And I also recognize that because I'm also a Poshmarker, I am determined to save people some coins on shipping. So if you are one of my people who will be at this event on Saturday, then pull up, if we're about the same size, shoes, clothing, whatever. If you see it, you want it, purchase it, boom, you don't have to pay for shipping. So the time is close. I'll show y'all some things I'm working on. So it looks a mess in this room. I do apologize for the way that things look, but I am selling my little wrist cuffs. I call them pretty cuffs. They're terry cloth, and these are for when you are washing your face and you don't want water running up your arms. I would see them sometimes in stores and I could never find them. I don't even think at one point I saw them on Amazon, which was so weird. I think I've seen some in recent times, but I wanted them. I heard people say they were getting them from like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I didn't see any, so I made my own. So yeah, I have some of these in black, have some in pink, and these are the way that they are because I've stitched them down. So right here, these are the raw edges. Stitch them, and I measured how I wanted them to be. So I measured, cut them how the length, the width, stitched them down, and then I take my little turner, turn it inside out, and so they look like these little hollow tubes. And I always leave, the edges like this just a little bit such that I can stitch them together and put the elastic in and you're good to go. So, and I also have some in cream. I have a stack of bonnets that I'm working on. They're all satin lined because that's my thing. What's the point in putting things in your hair? It's not protecting your hair. So I have my regular oversized bonnets that are satin lined, and I have some bigger braid bonnets that I self-drafted that I need to work on between today and tomorrow. And again, I have quite a few things via Poshmark that I sell, that as I am continuing to gut out things in this house because I have so many clothes, I am going to put a rack out, put some shoes out, and we're going to sell some things to keep people from having to pay for shipping. So that's that, and we'll report back on Saturday. So my mother is coming on tomorrow evening to help me finish up basically stuffing elastic into my pieces because I'm tired, and that's just, 4 hands are better than 2. So she's gonna come help me right after work. Yeah, like I'm just so geeked because it was just one of those that I didn't even think twice about. It was just like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Just, oh my God. So I'm so excited, and stay tuned. Like, this is going to be a good one. But the whole point of this video is to basically encourage you to step out on faith. Do the thing that you just normally wouldn't do. I have nothing to gain but some money and some confidence by doing this. And of course, it's for my people who I love. So let's get it. I'm excited. And again, I've been approached to do this quite a few times, but I just hadn't had the time, or I wouldn't be stocked with enough materials to make it make sense for me to do it. So it was either a time or product type issue. So we in here about to make this happen. There's something that you want to do it scared, do it tired, make it work. And I have the faith that this is going to be a great event on Saturday. I also want to make something to wear, but the time may not be there for that. This is when I get tired and start wearing myself out. When I start doing foolishness like trying to sew something from, within a few hours of me having to be at an event. But I do have a dress that I want to wear, and it's older. Like I've had it, I made it probably 4 years ago. And I have much better things to wear, but that dress is on my mind, and I think it may happen. So, I'll doll it up, make it do what it do. But again, the whole point of this video is to tell you to jump out there, do it on faith, and turn up, enjoy. You were blessed with gifts, use them. Nothing makes me happier than knowing I got my money's worth out of something. This elastic has been with me since people were making masks during the pandemic. And I just didn't get into it because, work kind of kicked up for me. I was one of the essential employees, not first line responders or whatever, but an essential employee, and that was a whole thing. So I'm not gonna talk about that, but I got my money's worth. I'm excited, and I definitely put my elastic to use. So let me get back to it. All right, friends, we're at the finish line, closing up my cups, and it's been very rewarding, very humbling. I don't know, I'm like that. When I get laser focused on something, I'm going hard. So this was quite comforting this whole week. But I definitely had to be like, okay, I can't play on social media. Things I would normally do after work, I have not done, but it's been so cool. And I hope to see the fruits of my labor tomorrow. My pens are on the other side of the room, so let me get those. So I pre-cut all of my elastic. Okay, so I made a little baggie of pre-cut elastic. I just feel that just makes it make so much more sense when you have things prepped in advance. So I have a bunch of those. This is probably number 30 that I am piecing together now, but pretty simple. Again, all of this was just kind of handcrafted by me. There was no pattern. I just figured out the length that I needed for my wrist, like the circumference I needed for the wrist, and I just went for it. So I'm pinning them like that. I'll stitch it down. Of course, if you're new to sewing, if you're stitching anything with elastic, you want to do a zigzag. You can do an elongated stitch if it's like clothing, but something like this, give you a good zigzag stitch. Pass back and forth maybe about 5 times. At least that's what makes me feel comfortable. Close it up and sell. I will be selling these in pairs because we have 2 arms, right? So, and that also created a little bit of confusion when I first sold them, because I was just selling them individually and people were thinking that they were pairs, and it didn't help that I guess I pictured them as pairs. But that's that, and gonna make it do what it do, baby. All right, I just want y'all to know that putting together this rack about took me and my mama out, because why? Why? All right, it's late AF. Heavy on the AF. And I'm gonna be up for a minute. My mom came by with her heavenly self to help me finish up my bonnets and whatnot. And y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever paid attention to my website, but I have a thrifted section of my website because I have a lot of clothes. Nothing is wrong with this clothing. I just have a lot of clothes, and it's at the point where I'm having to like purge. I'll give some things away, but for the most part, I'm going to sell stuff because I want to recoup some of my money. So I had this rack that I wanted to put together. Had been sitting in a box. I got it from Dirt Cheap, and I'm going to assume that someone had it, messed up something, and gave it back, like took it back. My mom started putting it together for me, but after a minute, I jumped in and I figured out what the issue was, and I fixed it. but that took way more time than I had to spare on tonight. And yeah, my mom came by at 5. It was 9 when she left. But I'm so thankful, because had she not come here, I'll be in a much worse situation than I am currently in. One set of items that I made won't be available tomorrow, but I have a little sale coming up online, but won't be available tomorrow because the time is just not there for me to finish them, and I got stuff to do first thing in the morning. So it's gonna be me in the sewing machine and closing up elastic and casings for at least a few hours. So pray for you, girl. That's right, y'all. It's showtime. So I had my wonderful mother with me, always, always my sidekick. She was helping me set up some items. So I had the clothing over to the side, but I had my table right here in the front with all the bonnets. The braided bonnets did not make the show. Your girl was tired. There just wasn't enough time. But I brought quite a few items. I got all of my tags from Hobby Lobby. Everything else I already had. Those little cute little, whatnots, all of the sewing sayings. Of course, I got those from Hobby Lobby because they have those things all the time. My So Blessed pin cushion, Hobby Lobby. And shouts out to Pinterest for ideas for decorating this table. So I had to throw this clip in there. I'm not a mom, but I'm at the age where I get Mother's Day gifts. If you know, you know. And my mother bought me this pop-up table, y'all, for Mother's Day. I forgot that, I had it in the trunk and it was about time to set up. And I was like, oh, let's bring it in. Child, it turned into our lunch table. Turn up. Love my mama. And look at her. I was so proud, y'all. So this is my kind of thrifted area. Of course, I had a lot of things that, I could bring and sell. But I was like, let me just grab a few, see how it goes. I sold a few things. I don't think I sold any shoes, but I used my pop-up pod, if someone wanted to change clothes, see how things fit. And obviously, I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I made this dress some years ago. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so comfortable. The pattern, I will pop it up here. And this is my table. And this is what I was left with in the end. Y'all, they cleared me out. It was a great day. All right. Event is over. And I am elated. It's probably not the best angle of me, but y'all can get it how you feel. It's been a long day. I've been thriving off of like 4 hours of sleep, maybe 5 all week long. But I was so proud of myself because y'all, that just ain't my forte to be like, hey, come by, whatever. It was a good day. And shout out to my mom because she always gonna hold me down. It was just a grand day. The food was excellent. The servers are always on because that's just who we are. And so I don't know why I did not use my Bluetooth speaker because clearly you all can hear all the air feedback because I was burning up and I had to turn the air on as soon as I got in the car full blast. But I wanted to come here and say this was the best experience. I made quite a few dollars. I was very proud of myself. Like that was just great reassurance. And again, I'm all about recouping my money because I can shop a little bit. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed that about me. But if you would like to become a vendor, if you would like to start restoring cars, if you want to learn how to sew, if you want to learn how to play an instrument, do it. Do it scared. I just thought this was the best little inspirational type video that I could give to someone. So if there's something that you want to do, jump out there, do it on faith. It will work out. Even if it does not go the way that you want, you still won because there was a lesson that you learned in the midst of it. So this was awesome. I definitely want to do this again. And we're going to end here because I'm going to come back for part 2 where I'll tell you all the steps to setting up your first pop-up shop. Bye.